So yes, Yumiko has Haunting Dreams as a perk now. No, I won't do another video. I mean, I might if I really want to, but just letting it out there, unless Haunting Dreams was already a Yumiko perk, but I must have just been really unlucky. I'm pretty sure that was added in a recent hot patch, though. So that's all I wanted to say. On to the video. So yes, I am updated to 1.0 G. On the other hand, yeah, I was supposed to put out another video, and I didn't because things happened. But we'll see what happens in the coming week. I do want to put out a lot more videos, it's just that this time, I really couldn't. Actually, I'm not hitting quick play because I want to do other stuff. I'll play my main, quote-unquote, main self, I say to myself. But we're gonna do, this is gonna be, as the video says, that we're gonna be doing Zhectast runs, but this one is ill-fated with character-exclusive perks for Haru. And it might be a while before I hit, all perks, but for now, yeah, we're gonna do, character-specific perks. So, Takushi-san, second mystery knowledge, dexterity, second encounter, and charisma. And if you saw me do a thing, then, I did a thing, and we won't talk about the things that I have, made in the past 24 hours, and that'll be that. And I won't try to usually play with certain things. I will not, you know, I feel for me that's kind of shameless, but I'll leave that at that, and let's get moving. So, Botanist, Bulletin, Scissors, Arms, and Recluse. If we have Recluse, I'm really hoping we have Timeline B Scissors, but that's based on RNG. Otherwise, I'll probably have to take Recluse third and risk Arms Timeline B. But we are Haru, so we get to do a thing, unfortunately. So yeah, some people are working with clean saves and playing Haru, whether you're a new player or not, and man, when you don't have the vending machine, oof. You can do your best with the dog shop, but obviously that's, not as great. And I think cigarettes are cheaper in the dog shop. Of course, you have to roll them, because I think it's been a long time since I've visited the dog shop, but I'm pretty sure that, they're not guaranteed. You could get foreign cigarettes, though, which I think also appear there. Again, it's been too long. Anywho, let me sneeze. And I also forgot to check the threat levels. We have the forest, and I know I'm going to be going to the forest, so either way, the high threat level probably would have been a good idea as well, although I did forget if we had any mansion investigations. Anyway, it should be fine. So Zhectast is about to hurt our stats in a hot moment here, but for kicks it doesn't usually matter, because thankfully kicks do not scale off of anything, although indirectly your stats can do it, you know, affect it, because if you want to dodge kick, you need dexterity. If you want to brace kick, you need strength. I don't know why I rolled those. I still don't even have a thing yet, or I haven't lost reason yet. I have still yet to lose reason. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to smoke one pack of cigarettes now, and we'll hope. Unfortunately, I'm on ill-fated! Anywho. So we did promptly run into an encounter, eventually. The question is, do I go for guaranteed kicks? Do I go for a guaranteed pretty much 8 damage-ish? Although, can I do this, actually? I can. So I can actually do kick 90, and that's more guaranteed than doing these 4 kicks in a row. I think I'm actually going to do this, though, because there's a high chance I hit at least one of these 90% kicks in this turn and the next. Therefore, I should be able to get out. However, if I miss both 90%, then I just have really bad luck. But thankfully, that's not the case. And we can move on. But yeah, well, because I am going to talk about strategy in the combat tutorial video. I don't know. That's the prospective title I'm calling it. We'll see in about 12 to 18 hours from this video, or maybe even less. Again, it depends. Yeah, I'm going to be going over strategy, and the part of the strategy for that one, for kicks anyway, especially if you have a damage boost of some kind, is to whether or not you want to gamble on kicks or take, like, usually 6 damage. Haru gets 8. But That's not always the case if you are employing certain strategies. A long time ago, how I used to play Haru was I saved his cigarettes for the later parts of the run, but now I guess I just smoke them immediately. It's partly because now we have the cigarette case, which now incentivizes you to smoke them earlier, because if you smoke them later, then the cigarette sees less use when it procs more cigarettes for you. So therefore, it kind of makes sense where you smoke cigarettes and you proc more as you investigate, as opposed to popping a pack of cigarettes in the last mystery, and then you're just holding on to 13 plus however many cigarettes you proc, and you're just sitting there with extra cigarettes that don't see any use. Which, if you don't run into any encounters, then theoretically it's not wasted. But if you do, then yeah, it depends on the situation. What I said kind of didn't make sense at the moment, but you get kind of my point. At the end of the run, if you have extra cigarettes, those are possible cigarettes that could have been used earlier in the run, if that makes any sense. Anywho, moving on. I would like to sell that wooden bat. Depends what timeline we're on. We're on timeline B, so we will be learning the ghost ritual for Recluse, and a lot of people have yet to even play with Recluse, at least from streams and videos I watch, but obviously you, the viewer, and other people who are, just wanted to put a lot of their, take big bites out of World of Horror all at once in the first few days of its 1.0 release, plus hot patches, so, yeah, there's you can, you can avoid that boss. No, you can't. Can you? Wait. Why am I going crazy? I thought you can't, because even if you do non-ending A, I won't spoil too much even though we're about to do the ending anyway, or gonna go into it anyway, I think you still fight. I think, does the boss lose health when you do the other method? Anywho, again, I haven't done it that much times. I did get ending B, that's why when you saw me hover over it, it showed a thing. However, being able to brace into 2 guaranteed kicks, I know you need 11 strength for this, but hey, I'll take it. So we only take -2 all. I could have gambled for a 1 turn, but that's gambling, and I don't want to somehow miss 89 kicks. Which has happened before. Off recording, I know it's happened before. We're doing all 5 claps, right? If nothing else, so let's find out. Again, if nothing else, this allows us to 1.5 turn defeat the boss of Recluse, because we're still going to get smacked in the face. At least we get banishment experience, as our ritual is 3 claps, a bow, and a clap. But, yeah, we're still going to receive a lot of pain. So, what do we take here? I think we take knowledge. That way we don't die at 84%-ish doom. And then we're going to take reason, because we know that the boss does reason damage. So let's avoid dying to reason. And Recluse is you're kind of in control. They're not, I'm not going to say there are not too many ways to avoid losing reason, but, I mean, there's only so many things that you can do. Obviously, this event, on Ill-Fated, you're forced to, but, again, since we 1 turn the encounter, as long as we stay above, we stay at 4 reason or above, we should be perfectly fine. It's just a matter of me remembering these events. So, I didn't mean to do that. My finger actually slipped, but it's fine until I die to stamina. But, hey. Is this reason? Okay, and then we lose stamina here? I think it is. And I think we can grab a thing now? Yeah, so we'll, grab the stuffed toy. And, we don't need to use it. I think I'm actually gonna sell the wooden bat, because I know the ghost ritual. If I didn't know the ghost ritual, I would hold on to things to throw and then throw them at the ghost so I can go for a potential 2-turn. That's my other planned strategy for the run, but again, it all depends. So, call the police to increase doom, and we can look beneath the shells for this note. Not that I really need to do anything with it, because we're probably just gonna do ending A regardless. We lose 1 of every stat, but we should still be okay. That we're going to trade reason there, because I didn't want to die to stamina magically. But again, I should still be fine. So we're just going to do this anyway. But yeah, I didn't think that didn't really do much for me. So clap, 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 bow, clap, and we should be out. We're going to lose a boatload of reason for it, but it's fine. So 15 experience for banishing and 20 experience for that boss, which is a lot of experience. You're just taking a lot of reason damage, potentially. And if I need more max reason for whatever reason, yeah, we could equip that item, but it increases Doom, so also no. We're on our 4th mystery, so Doom-wise, we are doing fine. However, we have arms now, and it can be scary. Can I sell this? This is cursed, right? Yeah, cursed. It's not illicit, but hey. Let's actually store that. And what do I want to do here? I do need another pack of cigarettes, I'm pretty sure. We also have Blood Moon, but Kick is not affected, so we're fine there for the moment. I think I'm just going to prepare for funds and grab another pack of cigarettes. I should also rest, but we'll see if I need to. Unfortunately, I didn't get a brick, but that's fine. For the moment, I'll actually equip box cutters, because even though we are in arms, other encounters could hurt. We'll rest once, and then move on. Yeah, I'm thinking of all the again, something that I might not touch on that I did want to mention in either the tips video or the battle tutorial video that I'm planning, but I don't think I'm going to get the chance. So, yeah, battles, you know, you can look at the battle, and I think I mentioned it in the previous video. If I didn't, then battles, you can... it involves a lot of preparation as well, if you know your encounters. Otherwise, feel free to immerse yourself and learn the game, but once you do, you can kind of start putting the pieces together based on mysteries, mainly based on mysteries, because if you know what mystery you're going into, you know the locations that you'll investigate, then you can predict which events you might run into, and therefore also what encounters, like the Twisted Corpse here, which I could banish. I mean, I have a pack of cigarettes, so it's theoretically fine, but... yeah, we get to level up a lot. However, I don't know if that really is something I want to do, but we're going to heal Reason here at least and move on with life. I did forget my second encounter as well. But again, things like this should be a thing. Also, a lot of the art was reverted in 1.0G, so yeah. According to the developer said that they just wanted to change the art, but then the art was changed back because, well... I'm not saying I disliked it, but I know a lot of people did not like the changes of some of the artwork, and that's all I'll say about that. This guarantees me 1 kick for 2 stamina, while having a good chance for 8 damage in total, while this is not guaranteed at all, and so potentially I could do 0, but the potential damage per point of stamina is higher, if that makes any sense. Even though, yes... each kick here, like 16 damage for 4 stamina, or essentially 2 kicks for 2 stamina. But the difference here is one of these kicks can be guaranteed, while the one where I'm doing this... so you get what I mean? I don't know if I'm going to touch 2. I don't know how much I'm going to go in depth, but if you're listening here, you can get more insight into why I might say the things I do in the battle tutorial video. Because, yeah, again, here, all the kicks are 80%. For potentially 4 stamina, and if you basically look at damage taken, for every 1 stamina, you do about 4 damage, but they're not guaranteed. Whereas here, you do the same per 1 point of stamina, so I get 4 damage per 1 stamina, but one of them is guaranteed. So it is based on whatever flavor you want, but there are differences here and there. So, and then that's not even going to... those are my usual choices. Otherwise, another thing that I see people doing a lot is dodge. Again, I don't really have anything against dodge. I just personally don't like using it. So, but if you do this, all is right with the world. However, I am in a boss encounter. Since I have the box cutters, I could also... well, that's bugged right now, but... I could also do this and potentially get 24 HP's worth of damage. However, 2 of these have a 57% chance to hit. Again, this is all the flexibility you have in fighting a boss. Now, which are more optimal? Actually, also depends, because obviously, if you believe in RNG and your RNG is good, obviously this, assume we can do this, then this is your most optimal play. Of course, only about 8% of people who do this, because theoretically this pretty much amounts to 8-ish%, or 9-ish%, whatever it is. Whereas this is, you know, doesn't have any potential damage, but at least they're all guaranteed, if you get what I mean. So, Yeah. That being said, is there any other merit to bracing? And again, you want to, if you really want to strategize, you can sit in an encounter and kind of test things out. So a strong attack will always be better than a single attack, but this has more potential damage, but it's not guaranteed. But 2 attacks always do more than a strong, which is something I will touch on in the battle tutorial video. But and then if you don't want to brace at all, you can do this, but then you have to look at how much damage you're taking, or if you'll get out quicker. It's a lot to think about, but the numbers are there for you to play with if you want to play with them. Just as a rule of thumb, or for my own ethical playing rules, though, I don't do any action that goes over 200 like that. So, anywho, yeah, and I could 2-turn this, but I think I can also do, because again, here is more potential per stamina damage taking. If I hit this, it's the same as hitting this, but in this version, the rolls are reversed, where this is guaranteed 16 damage per, or 4 stamina, 4 damage per 1 stamina, whereas this is 8 damage per 8 damage? 8 damage per, yeah, 8 damage per 1 stamina, but not guaranteed. So alright, moving on. Sorry if I stopped there for a moment, but that's where I find the interest in seeing how people play. But yeah, so I think we're just going to do the guarantee here. This is some, again, brace prep something is usually my preferred method of attack. Of course, my comfort threshold is about 80-85%. Sometimes lower. Again, it's not black and white for me, is what I'm trying to say. And was I getting more here? So this is 11 damage per 2 stamina, and this is 16 damage per 4 stamina. I am getting more here, right? Am I going crazy? Anywho, moving on. Well, I do get out in 4 stamina regardless, because I can just Desperate Struggle now. Although I am curious how much I get. Wait, is this real? Yeah, that's real. So this should be doing... No, it's not real. Why is it not real? Well, we're gonna find out. I know I defeat it. I'm just curious how much I do. Oh, 20. Okay. Because, yeah, I'm getting damage from core strength. So it is 10 times 2. Or 9 times 2. No. I'm going crazy. Wait. Well, box cutters was 3. No, yeah, because it's 9.5 times 2, which is 19 plus core strength. For those wondering why that is, for weapons that do odd damage on a strong, when you do Desperate Struggle, it's well, the normal attack for box cutter. Let's go over this just to again. It's an example I won't probably go over, but it's one I can use to help reinforce the thought, which is the box cutter, well, when it's not broken, does 6 damage. That means on a strong, it does, yeah, it does 9, right? Am I going crazy? I think I'm going crazy. Wait, I am going crazy. Why is that? Was I getting bonus damage elsewhere? Again, it's really hard for me because I don't, oh, no, I was, no, that's 2020, so, I'm trying to think. Because I understand it here, because this is 10 health plus core strength, which means when this is, doubled, it's... No, I'm going crazy. Okay, I can't explain it right now. Someone could probably explain it, but I'm going crazy. Also, I didn't get to see what the actual value is. I'm pretty sure I'm not on random item stats, though, but too late to think about that now. Is Botanist our last mystery, by the way? It is. Do I have fetid fumes? Well, that's why for the battle tutorial, I at least did a lot of experimentation, so, yeah, I'm more confident in what I'm saying there, because obviously I have the time. For a formal video, I usually sit down, go through the script. If there is anything in the script I'm kind of curious about, I try to look it up. I also still get an okay amount of damage here, relative to kicks, but the question is if I want to. Unfortunately, because we have Blood Moon, right? Crimson Moon, Blood Moon? Yeah, we have Blood Moon, so this would be at 100% accuracy. Unfortunately, it's not. I might still get out in... Well, I have to gamble. Kind of. Do I want to gamble? 70. One of these is guaranteed. I guess I might as well, right? Although, if I didn't hit the second one there, well, now I'm in a bit of trouble. I personally don't like running after I've hit the enemy, because I consider it a waste of resources, but obviously, if your RNG is bad, realistically speaking, or, yeah, if I'm speaking more objectively, you should run, because obviously, if you die, but, hey. So, the chances of this happening, about 20-ish, 22-ish%, and I don't believe in that, so, I do have a bottle of water, but do I really want to? I get to Desperate Struggle if anything really weird happens. I think I can do this. Yeah, I can do this and then Desperate Struggle. Do I want to lose 4 stamina, though, is the question. For what? No, I think I'm just going to run. Yeah, I'm just going to run. I don't feel confident right there. Usually I would take that. But I'm going to predict that it would have ended badly. I'm also going to do nothing here because I'm going to do nothing. So that, yeah, so as you may or may not have noticed if you've been in the community, mainly the CG or the graphics that have changed are the ones that people were not happy about. So that one, the altar there, I don't really see a lot of people complaining about, so therefore it's still the way it is. But the things like Aiko's home graphic, the Ito Sensei event, Junji Ito Sensei event, those were reverted back. However, Mizuki is not reverted, and for those who don't know, the reason is because you can actually switch that to your leisure. So, if you don't like Mizuki's new art, you can switch it. Unless it was switched back. Again, I haven't played Mizuki since 10G, 1.0G, because I was doing other things like, well, things that I shouldn't have been doing. Also had real-life stuff to take care of, so juggling a lot of things at the moment. Anywho, we are on Zhectast, right? So we're about to lose another point. So hopefully we don't get flashbacks. Hopefully we don't somehow get brain damage. But we shouldn't. We're on ill-fated Zhectast, so nothing really strange like that should happen, but you never know. Also, I'm attacking with these broken, the broken box cutter, but it's fine. However, if I miss this 90%, we're in a bit of trouble. That kind of risk is still risky, but again, I will gamble on 80%, maybe 70%, so I don't mind as much. Also, I keep forgetting I'm on ill-fated. In any case, if nothing else, the takeaway for me here is that I know as I proceed to take the wrong one. This one I just didn't remember the event, but I do die, but I was more than capable of surviving that run. Anywho, moving on. This time I'll play Miku, because I like playing Miku, and I want to see what things look like. However, we will do Knight Errant, because I'm looking at my notes and basically how I randomize my runs if I don't have a random number generator as I get into Zhectast. Zhectast, Knight Errant, character-specific Miku perks. But how I randomize is usually I just have a whole bunch of random numbers written down relative to what I'm rolling. So since there are the number of gods that there are, I have to randomized numbers like that. Knowledge, Charisma, Takshisan, Light, Dexterity, and Second Mystery. Maybe. No second encounter, though, so if I reach the lighthouse, I don't have to rack my brain as much. But, yeah, and then I just look at my notes and just look at a number and pick whatever god refers to that number. From left to right, in my mind. So, yeah. Sealos, is that strength? If it's strength, we're casting the spell. That's probably one of the only, like, well, yeah. Actually, if it's strength, because I value strength so much, I'm not going to say everyone should, but in my opinion, strength is a pretty, it's still the king of the stats, in my opinion, but obviously that depends on your situation as well. If you pick up the chainsaw and you can do a chainsaw play, and the chainsaw play is just getting the chainsaw, then yeah, build perception. Because the chainsaw used to be a strength weapon, for those who didn't know. That's why it was changed to perception, because I guess just part of the strength/brace nerf. But, I mean, to be fair, there were a lot of strength weapons relative to the items. If there weren't, then just know that most of the items that are being used now, even now, are strength weapons. So, yeah. In any case, let's police station, by the way. So, high threat level forest, max threat level downtown. What's our other? Seaside. So, not really anything in the seaside, but downtown and forest would not be bad ideas. Low level threat level locations are also a viable choice, because that -1 modifier does affect you to some extent. But in my opinion, high and max threat level locations are usually the priority, especially if you're going to be visiting them. Again, that's why knowledge is very key in this game. And as it, not as it should be, but as you would expect, sorry. Because of just the nature and the design of the gameplay and the gameplay mechanics. But at the same time, you can be very creative with custom content. Let's just say, I'll say that much. Whether I'll capitalize by showing you how, we'll see. At the same time, though, when I do certain things, I can see how people might look at what I might do and be like, "Well, that's just you trying to milk the game for what it's worth." Although I would counter argue with, well, the fact that I can do such a thing means that the game at least has a lot of potential. But that on top of the fact that Pantstaz wants to still do more with the game, especially working on custom content. I forgot if that was going to be the focus in the next update or two, but we'll see. At least the 1.0 is out, and that's what we can feel glad about. I did not equip or get any weapon. That makes me sad. But we'll do this for now. It's kind of fine, but I would need to hit yeah, so... Really? I was about to say, that's still a bug? No, it's not. I mean, it was fixed, otherwise I might have still been bugged, but thankfully I should be able to do this. Thankfully, kick does 4 damage when you do this, so we'll do it. But I do need a weapon, because it's not going to end well without a weapon, usually. Some characters can choose not to do so, but I usually like to grab a weapon. With Miku, I would recommend it. Even though Miku has events, or an event that grants you a free weapon, it's not really the best weapon. Well, it's RNG if you're on random item stats, but hey. Also, did I do ending A there? I didn't, did I? So let's actually think about it. Well, ARMS is dependent on the timeline. Festival is also dependent on... Well, no, you can force ending A on both. Botanist, there's no way on Harbinger. Well, it's very, very unlucky. I'm not going to say it's impossible. And then Akamanto, actually, when you do a non-ending A, it kind of pays itself off, but... because we have 2 potential bosses here that are forced, we'll take ARMS first. That being said, I did not spend any things on... I didn't spend any Doom yet. I should do that now, but my Doom's gonna shoot up through the roof because of it, but I need a weapon. I promise you I need a weapon. It's not going to end well if I fight this boss and have no weapon. And the Monkey Wrench is the go-to. However, we are in Zhectast, so my strength is going to shoot or fall down unless I grab Adrenaline right here, which I don't. I might actually reroll. So it's that important to grab Adrenaline. However, we need to grab Charisma because we will die. We will die if we don't grab it and our Doom hits. Hey, well, actually, no, we're Miku. We're Miku. We don't, but... What I was going to say is each character has their own funny little way of fighting with Zhectast, so that's why even though Zhectast, when you look at the rule, it looks kind of generic, but when you think about, well, when you start learning the characters, they actually all interact, not differently, but they all have their work. It's not the exact same is what I'm trying to say. However, the general strategy is to increase stats that you might die to, that lower too much. But again, for Miku specifically, Miku has Mayhem, which counteracts Zhectast, so you don't have to worry as much about increasing your stats, which I shouldn't have done, but I forgot about that, even though I'm a self-proclaimed Miku sub. But, hey, unfortunately, yeah, because my knowledge is at 3 and not at 4, I think this... What's the calculation? I'm trying to make sure. I want to say it's half of the weapon damage, rounded down, plus 1 plus... knowledge divided by 4. Otherwise, it might actually round up, and then it just scales off of knowledge. But because it's knowledge divided by 4 equals the extra bonus, so if this was at 4, 4 divided by 4 is 1 plus quote-unquote half of your weapon damage. If you have kicks, then it's that, but anywho. So, I guess we do this. No, we don't. No, we don't. Or we just run. I think we have to run. We're gonna eat too much reason damage. I should have actually used... Well, we're here now. I'm not going to pop the Inspiring Novel. I really should have, but it's too late. So, are they hiding something for reason? Because if we're on Timeline B, well, we're about to eat some stamina damage. We're on Timeline A, though, so that's fine. And I'll check again, because for some reason I keep getting paranoid and not knowing if I am... if things are different time, although we know we need to do Akamanto first, though. So, let's do that. We'll pop the Inspiring Novel now, because I'm pretty sure we're not in encounter. Yeah, so immediately it pays itself off. We're eating -2 all damage, but we 2-tap this encounter anyway, or 2-turn this encounter anyway. So -2 all is not the best, but it's still within the realm, because otherwise we have to run, and that can be just as bad. So, if not worse. Because at least with -2 all, you can rest for 3% doom normally. Of course, if you have fetid fumes and or broken nose, that your healing drops. But I'm going to take this risk, by the way. Reason for stamina. But then we're going to rest, question mark? Do we have fetid fumes? No, we don't. So I am going to rest once. We are on, not ill-fated, Knight Errant, but again, we're in Akamanto, so Doom will fluctuate here, +6, but -10 with the help of the mask, and we should be fine. I should be able to immediately prep strong, and this should maybe die in 1, question mark? I want to save on stamina, 60%, because this is 12 plus, I think I can do this, right? Yeah, this is 6 plus 12. Yeah, it is. Because kick is 2, times 2 is 4, plus 2 from the Inspiring Novel is 6, and then Monkey Wrench is normally 5, times 2 is 10, plus 2 from the Inspiring Novel is 12. That's where things are coming from. Unfortunately, I'm dead here because I'm forced to do this unless I had the other thing, but you're not gonna get it, usually. So I should have rested here. Just a quick rule of thumb for me is that I don't like being at 3 or 4 reason or stamina and below. However, for reason, you could run to Yasugi-san, but I wouldn't gamble on it because things like this can happen and you don't get Yasugi-san and then you just die. But without further ado, that is Zhectast for 2 runs, and I'll see you next time. So if you want to see me do it again, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, that'll be the end of this video. Bye!